Good morning, my dear friends. Let me introduce myself. This is P. Krishnamurthy, lecturer in English, working at Government Degree College for Women, WANAPARTHY. We have been talking on various topics. So, various topics which are prescribed for UG first year and UG second year, and of course, in general. Some of them are compositional grammar aspects, some of them objective type of grammar aspects, some of them study skills, some of them written skills, some of them spoken skills. Lot of variety of items have been discussed, and still the process is going on. And today we are just moving to very different item in grammar, and most of the people in the present society, or maybe educated, maybe children, or maybe who are pursuing higher education, sometimes some of them they do very trivial mistakes. We expect that so and so person is supposed to have very concrete spelling about a particular word, but when he or writes the spelling of that particular word, and we find the spelling is written wrongly. When you look at him, when you look at her, when you listen to him, when you read the essays written by him, when you read the information written by him and by her, you just you can't believe. So you feel that he or she has got tremendous and stupendous knowledge. But when you come and happen to read the written matter written by that particular person to whom you admire, sometimes it happens so the spellings are not correctly written. And it is proved that some of them are very poor in spellings. What could be the reason? When you listen to a person, you just admire the way how he speaks, the way how he puts his idea, the way how he convinces the people, the way how he manages the thing, the way how he manages time, the way how he manages the stress. Everything that you just feel, you become just flat by the way that when you listen to his speech. But when he begins to write, he writes. The chronological order is not missed. The proper channel is not missed. The subject is not missed. The presentation is not missed. Everything that has been followed by that person very clearly. But when you come to that area, of spelling, you find that some of the spellings of certain words are written wrongly. Of course, people do not think in such manner. People do not take them in a very serious way. But when you write the same spelling, wrong spelling in the examination, just imagine what could be your fate. I just ask only one question. Suppose you are X person, you have sufficient and profound knowledge in any subject, and everybody admits that you have got tremendous and commendable knowledge on so and so subject. But when you write all the answers to the questions in the examinations, when you commit here and there some spelling mistakes, what kind of the impression that is going to be created on you? Of course, his intention is right, and he has got knowledge. The person who has written these answers, really, we are great enough, and we really express our hats off to them, hats off to him for possessing this extraordinary knowledge. But while writing, the person has committed certain spelling mistakes. It provides a cheap appearance about your knowledge. It's nothing but a setting back, and people think very low about your written skill. Is it the spelling written by that person? No. They say that No, this could not have been written by that person because he's genius, he's highly intelligent, You can't expect that kind of spelling mistakes that person, but really speaking, that person has done those mistakes in spellings. What are the reasons like that? Today, we are going to talk on spellings. In our competition scenario, in our academic scenario, in our society, so both in academics or outside of academics, this area is more or less neglected. When you are in convent, when you are in lower school, lot of stress will be there. Lot of emphasis is done on spellings. The teachers in the lower sections, they always allow the students to by heart and to reproduce, to recite, to utter, and to write a number of times these spellings. What is the reason? As you grow, sometimes you just forget the spellings of certain words. What is the reason? And this topic, it's more or less a neglected topic. People are not very serious about this topic. They think that, spellings, nobody is going to be very worried about that one. Why do you get worried about that one? So, well, you are not writing an essay in English language and literature. When you are a teacher in English, when you are a student of English language and literature, then you have to be very, very particular about the spellings, meanings, and the usage of language. This is the version said by some people in the society. People who belong to science sections, people who belong to commerce sections, people who belong to behavioral sciences, people who belong to art sections, some of them out of ignorance, they state like this. No, spelling mistakes are not seen in a very serious way in our group subjects. This is not like that. This is wrong opinion that has been conceived by most of the people in our competitive society. Some people who study group subjects, some people who have got commendable, stupendous knowledge in group subjects, maybe physics, chemistry, mathematics, botany, zoology, economics, political science, commerce, and other subjects. No, they feel that spelling mistakes are not taken very seriously. It's wrong opinion, my dear friends. My dear young men and women. I just say to you, to whatever branch that you belong to, whether you may be UG student in commerce, whether you may be UG student in science, whether you may be PG student in humanities, spelling. When it is a question of spelling, you are supposed to have right spelling of that word, particular word. That has to be made it very clear. Let's not be carried away by the wrong assumptions or false notions. And what are those things? In our introduction part, let us think about this one. Some of the people, though highly educated, out of experience, I'm able to say all these words. I'm not here to criticize any particular person. I'm not here to criticize any educated person. And my intention is not to criticize anyone. I would like to bring the reality to your notice. How the spelling mistakes are committed by even the well-educated people too. If a spelling is, if a mistake is committed for any word by any small kid, okay, this can be excused because that child is innocent about this one. Still, she and he is on the ladder of learning, new words. But when you are a PG student, when you are a UG student, when you are a teacher, when you are a professor, when you are a lecturer in any subject, you have to maintain right spelling whenever you begin to write any essay, and that is very, very perfect thing that one has to gain this perfection in spelling. Communication doesn't mean only expressing your ideas, conversing with other members rightly, correctly, and using words perfectly, of course, this matters more and more. But at the same time, when you write any matter, so when you write certain words in that particular matter, when you commit certain mistakes in spellings, what is going to be taken to the other person who reads your application? Suppose you put an application for the permission of anything. Suppose you put an application to the district collector. Suppose you put an application to the vice chancellor. Suppose you put an application to the principal of any college for your certificates. When you write all, when you commit all mistakes in your application, what do they estimate about your knowledge? Of course, you secured a gold medal, you secured first division, you secured so A grade. When they happen to see your application, when they happen to read how some spellings are committed mistakes, some words are so committed mistake, some words are written wrongly, the spellings. So they think very low about you. They think very low about your educational qualification. They may think in wrong manner. This particular person, this young man, this young lady, I think might have passed, might have gained that certificate through other ways. There is a very possibility, my dear young men and women, you try to understand. I'm not just criticizing anyone, and my intention is not to criticize. I want to put forth all the realities in the present scenario. Though highly educated, sometimes spellings mistakes are committed. At the primary level, maybe at the primary school, I would like to say only one thing. At the primary school, at the primary level, much care is taken regarding spellings. When we were in schools, when we were in the second standard, third standard, fourth standard, fifth standard, teachers used to give homework up for spellings. Spellings were to be given as a matter of homework. And we were allowed to write 10 times each word. We were allowed to write 50 times each word. Of course, we used to feel that it was imposition. It was imposition. No, it was not imposition. So at your early age, you can understand, you can learn right spelling. Once you learn right spelling, when you practice writing correctly the spelling of that particular word, I think that will be continued. That will be continued in our later part of life. That's the reason the teachers try to try to imbibe the right spellings of the words in the sentences. For of no matter. So having no alternative method for us, we learned. Now thanks to all the teachers who took a lot of pains in making us to learn correct spellings of certain words in English. That's why child can learn very easily. Child can remember the right spelling very easily. Child can memorize that right spelling very easily. So the topic spellings, this topic has to be made compulsory for the small children at the early age, because the level of understanding, the level of remembering, the level of memorizing, and that is very high in the children. But when you come to high school, when you come to intermediate, when you come to degree, when you enter post graduation, you don't find that much emphasis is not given with regard to spellings. You know pretty well. So while growing up, writing practice slows down. While growing up, when you grow up, your writing practice is not done. Maybe once in a week, or maybe once in a day, that you just begin to write. And only spoken skills are given highest importance. Only spoken skills are given highest importance. That you have to understand. Spoken skills. So written skills and writing practice is slowly neglected by the incumbents. So why do we commit? Why do we commit these spelling mistakes? What could be the reason? The first and foremost reason why we forget the spelling of certain words which are very, very prominent, which are being occurred daily, which are being occurred in our day-to-day life. Why do we forget those words? The spelling of those words? Lack of practice. I just say only one thing, my dear young friends. Lack of practice, that you forget any skill that you learned. That's the reason I say that language is not a subject. Language is a skill. The better you practice, the better language that you gain. The better you speak, you become better speaker. The better you write, the better practice that you do, you pick up and you become good writer. So the better practice that you do about these spellings, you don't commit any mistakes in spellings. That's the reason. Practice, read, 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 write, write. And when you keep on writing, when you keep on reading, when you keep on studying, so definitely, so you don't find any occasion of writing wrong spelling for any particular word or any good number of words. That's why lack of practice, spelling mistakes are committed. The fundamental mistake where it goes on, when practice is lacking, naturally we commit mistakes. That's why we have to be very cautious. Am I doing any mistakes regarding the spellings? If you do mistake, why do you mistake? What are the reasons? That you have to check yourself. You have to introspect yourself. Are you improving in your spelling? Are you doing well in your spelling? So you have to introspect, you have to examine yourself, and so that if you, when you examine that you are not writing correct spelling, then you have to focus on that one. You have to give much emphasis on spellings. That you have to understand. Much emphasis is not exercised on spelling. So all our studies, all our books, and all the matters and all the topics that are included in our syllabus. So much emphasis is not done on spellings. That's the reason. In the recent times, there will be questions. There are questions in the examination question paper on spelling only. Why there are questions on spelling? People may laugh. Why this is all UG examination? Why there could be questions on only spelling? Because people, by the time they enter UG, they begin to forget some spellings of certain words. The reason, the practice is lacking. That's the reason some of the educationists, some of the language trainers, some of the scholars, so they felt at least some emphasis has to be done on spellings. That's why this topic is included in UG first year syllabus of English. Spelling in every chapter. At the after the completion of any chapter, so after the completion of any prose lesson, poem, or short story, or creative writing, you find there is separate emphasis is done on spelling. The idea behind including this topic in UG syllabus for UG English, the wholly reason is not to forget the spellings, not to think spellings are unimportant. You try to focus on spelling and don't commit any mistakes in spellings. So it's one other way of warning. You try to practice and don't try to be in touch with the spellings only. Spelling mistakes are generally overlooked. Sometimes, sir, here is a mistake in this essay. He has not written correct spelling. People, they don't take it so seriously. That is the mistake. That is the mistake. Some people, they are not very serious about the mistake. Sir, here some mistakes are committed in writing these words. So even then you are avoiding good marks. No, it's not important. Spellings are not important. The matter is important. You can't say like that. Spellings are important. Matter is also important. Just as matter is important, spellings are also important. That we have to change our mindset. We have to change our way of looking the things. Don't generalize. Don't say that. So you can commit mistakes in optional subjects, in group subjects. We don't see the mistakes in that one. If you give that kind of liberty to the students, what happens, may you find a lot of mistakes, lot of spelling mistakes in their essays, and it looks very bad. It looks very bad. Sometimes, the standards of the universities will be questionable. You try to understand this. But in case of certain words, specific spelling is needed. Certain words are there. For example, weak, weak. Specific spelling has to be written. Specific spelling has to be written. Here, here. Why don't you come here and take my signature? Why don't you come here? Why don't you come here? Here. Here. I don't hear anything. I'm not able to hear anything. You see, pronunciation appears similar, but the spelling and the meaning differs. Remember this one. Regarding those words, you have to be very, very careful. You have to be very, very careful, my dear friends. So there are certain words like that. So we'll discuss here. Common misspelled words are given. So all 12 words that I have given in this list, you try to understand and try to see how these words are wrongly written by majority of the people. They simply write tomorrow. When you ask anyone to write tomorrow, they simply write TOMMORROW. Tomorrow, 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 tomorrow. So one M and two R's must be there. But majority of the people, they apply two M's and two R's. You see, it's an everyday word. It's a daily word. We keep on using these words many a time. In your spoken English, in your spoken communication, you use this word like anything. But when the situation demands you to write the spelling of that particular word tomorrow, we think that TOMMORROW. It's not like that. Only one M comes and two R's come. TOMORROW. That's right spelling. Now accommodate. Accommodate. Two C's and two M's. Accommodate. We all think that, so double C's and single M only. Only single M. We don't like that. We don't. It's not like that. Double C's and double M's. ACCOMMODAT. Accommodate. Next, truly. Truly. True. 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 When you write the spelling of true, it's true. It's a true story. It's a real story. When you want to say it's true, true or false. Suppose you are doing an exercise, so call it true or false exercise. There we have to mention true, TRUE, true. Suppose you want to write truly, that E is omitted and you are going to add suffix for that one, LY, truly. So true has the letter E, but truly doesn't have that letter E. Next is separate. All of us, we feel separate, we say. Even if you pronounce like that, separate, so SEPARAT, that's the right spelling. That's the right spelling. So two A's are bifurcated, separated with one A. Separate, SEPARAT. But some of us, some of our friends, they say that separate, SEPERAT. This is wrong. Not separate, SEPERAT. Because here So mother tongue influence is occurred here. That's what we say. Separate, we say. Separate. 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 Next. Definitely. Finite. Definite. Finitely. Definitely. So definitely. Definitely. Not. So D. There is no A. We say definitely. That's wrong. While you pronounce any word, while you articulate any word, that articulation should be done correctly. When you articulate, when you pronounce any particular word, you have to pronounce the word according to IPA. IPA pronunciation, International Phonetic Alphabet. You have to pronounce any word according to that IPA. When you pronounce like definitely, as your mother tongue influences on that pronunciation, naturally you get confused. Yeah, today I'm going to find it definitely. 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 DEFINITLY. Restaurator. Restaurant. Restaurant has the letter N, but the restaurator doesn't have. Restaurator. We say restaurant. When you want to say the owner of that restaurant, we say the restaurateur. No, it's not like that. Restaurator. Restaurator. Misspell. Miss. MIS. Miss plus spell. Misspell. So MISSPELL. Double S, double L. That you have to understand. Necessary. So one C and two S. So necessary. 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 Only one C occurs and two S come. Now pronunciation. We have to pronounce this word as pronunciation. It is not pronunciation. Always will be carried away by that pronunciation. That's a pronounce, noun, pronoun. So we have that kind of impact whenever you articulate the word called pronunciation. We have to articulate this word pronunciation. When you want to pronounce a word, pronounce it correctly. There you have to say pronounce it correctly. When you want to say the chapter of that one. Today I'm going to talk about the pronunciation. Pronunciation. Don't say pronunciation. That's absolutely wrong. So speak like English. Speak English like English only. Don't try to mix with any local language. Maintenance. 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 MAINTNC. TNC. Maintenance. Maintenance. That's all. Occasion. Oh, 90% of the people with my experience, I've seen that whenever word occurs for them to write, so 90% of the people they just write OCCASSION. That's wrong. Only one S comes. Two C's and one S. Occasion. 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 Next, memento. Memento. We say memento. It's not like that. Memento. So MEMENTO. Memento. Often misspelled as memento. The first part is mem. Memento. Memento. So do you understand how these words are commonly misspelled? Are commonly misspelled. So there is every need for all of us to rectify our spellings and to practice, and we have to correct our spellings. So let's go on to the next one. So exercise and commonly misspelled words. Here a list of words are given, which are some words are misspelled and the same words how they are corrected. So very elaborate list is given to you. So first we'll go like this. Achieve. Here in the misspelled word list, Achieve, A-C-H-E-I-V-E. This is wrong. This is misspelled word. Some do this. Some people do this mistake. But achieve means A-C-H-I-V-E. I-E-V-E. I-E-V-E. It is not E-I-V-E. I-E-V-E. Achieve. What do you understand by achieve? So getting that one. Commitment. Commitment. It's also commonly misspelled word. We all understand that. So double M and double T. It's not like that. C-O-M-M-I-T-M-E-N-T. Only one T and two M's. Two M's come and one T only, not two T's and not two M's. Now coming to commissioner. This is quite opposite. Commitment, it will take two M's and one T. But commissioner, it will take two M's and two S. two M's and two S. Now coming to next one. Dependence. D-E-P-N-D-E-N-C. Dependence. Privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-E-G. It is not P-R-I-V-E-L-L-E-G. It's not like that. Privilege. Embarrass. Embarrass. It is not one R. Here once again you have to refer. Embarrassed. Double R, double S. Embarrassed. Grammar. So you see a lot of people when they write the spelling of grammar, if you are very particular when somebody writes the spelling of grammar, they simply write G-R-A-M-M-E-R. This is absolutely wrong. That you have to understand it. Grammar. G-R-A-M-M-A-R. Grammar. Millennium. M-I-L-L-E-N-I-U-M. Millennium. Millennium. Wednesday. You see. You may wonder also, sir, is it the mistake committed by the people? Why do you say like this, sir? You may ask me. No, I am not exaggerating, my dear young friends. I am not exaggerating. I am not saying any false. I am just trying to bring the information that is right. You see, Wednesday, instead of writing W-E-D-N-E-S-D-A-Y, Wednesday, they write W-E-N-D-N-E-S-D-A-Y, Wednesday. Wednesday, they write. It's not like that. We have to write W-E-D-N-E-S-D-A-Y. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. So all simulation, affectation, all kind of action, hypocrisy. H-Y-P-O-C-R-I-C-Y. Hypocrisy. You have to say hypocrisy. You don't say like that. Hypocrisy. 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 When you articulate that particular word, naturally you give the right spelling only. Come to the some more forming antonyms. Now you come to this one. Antonyms. As I told you already, antonyms. Forming antonyms using un. How do you create a word as antonyms? Antonyms are created sometimes with the prefix of un, with the prefix of dis. It's very easy. It's a fun job also. It's a fun job. It's a magic job also. Some words in English, when you want to convert them into antonyms, the simple business is to apply prefix before that particular word, then it becomes antonym. For example, important. This is word important. You want to change that one into antonym. You want to convert the same word into antonym. How do you convert this one into antonym? Just by adding the prefix un, un, so the prefix before that particular word, it becomes unimportant. Respect, disrespect. Respect is a word. You want to change, you want to convert that respect into antonym. How can you change? You don't say that unrespect. For certain words, you change them with the prefix part un. Certain words can be converted into antonyms with certain specific prefixes called dis. So let's see how things are happening now. Acceptable, unacceptable, acceptable, unacceptable. Now it has turned into antonym. So it's very easy also, but you have to be very careful. You have to study acceptable, try to understand the meaning, try to understand the spelling of that acceptable. Can you change this one into, can you convert that one in, convert to this antonym? Yeah, that word can be converted into antonym just by adding the prefix called un. Acceptable, unacceptable, approachable, unapproachable, aware, unaware, clean, clean, unclean, comfortable, uncomfortable. Don't say like that. Acceptable, disacceptable. It's wrong. For certain words, they may be converted into antonyms with the prefix. So un only, like acceptable, unacceptable, approachable, unapproachable, aware, unaware, clean, unclean, comfortable, uncomfortable, common, uncommon, do, undo, easy, uneasy, enviable, unenviable, even, uneven, fortunate, unfortunate, happy, unhappy, healthy, unhealthy, load, unload, lucky, unlucky, manageable, unmanageable, natural, unnatural, necessary, unnecessary, popular, unpopular, principled, unprincipled, professional, unprofessional, questionable, unquestionable, real, unreal, recognized, unrecognized, settled, unsettled, skilled, unskilled, tidy, untidy, touchable, untouchable, true, untrue, usual, unusual, wheel, unwheel, voiced, unvoiced, warranted, unwarranted, welcome, unwelcome, willing, unwilling, wind, unwind, worldly, unworldly, worthy, unworthy, written, unwritten, employed, unemployed. You see, this is the way how you convert an ordinary word into antonym by adding prefix to that particular word. Is it okay for you? Yeah, I hope everyone has understood how the word is converted into antonym by adding prefix un to that word. Let's see this one. Supplying of suitable words beginning with prefix un. Here, meaning of that particular word is given. Here some 5 or 6 words are given here. So meanings are given, and we are going to see right side the suitable word or words for that particular meaning. Let us study this one. Beyond criticism or beyond attack. Beyond criticism or beyond attack. Beyond criticism, unquestionable, unbiased, I say that. Unbiased, here is antonym. Unbiased, unrebukable, unquestionable. So on my right side, you are able to find the word, the suitable word for that particular meaning. What is the meaning of that one? Beyond criticism. What is beyond criticism? Unquestionable. So unquestionable, unbiased also. And what is beyond beyond attack, unrebukable, not engaged in an occupation, not engaged in any occupation, unemployed. Unemployed is one who is not engaged in any work. It's very easy. Who is unemployed? Unemployed are those people who are not employed. Unprofessional. So, incapable of being justified. Incapable of being justified. Incapable of being explained. When you are not able to justify, when you are not able to explain it, that's called unreasonable, incapable of being justified. It's all unreasonable, untenable. You can't justify that one. Incapable of justifying. At that time, you have to say that untenable. His argument is untenable. His argument is untenable. His behavior is unreasonable. His attitude is unprincipled. That is excellent. So all these are all excellent antonyms only. All these have been converted into antonyms just by adding the prefix un. Still in, next coming to the next one, still in doubt or subject to change. Still in doubt, unstable. Stable means without any doubt. Unstable means having doubt. Subject to change, unsettled, wavering mind, unstable mind, unsettled mindset. That's called still in doubt or subject to change. Unstable, unsettled. Next, fifth one, not commonly encountered. Not commonly encountered. Unreachable. Some politicians are unreachable. Some officials are unreachable to common people. Unapproachable. Unapproachable. You cannot approach to one dignitary. You cannot approach one popular politician so easily as you approach a common man. All these all antonyms are made so with the help of the prefix un. Next. Coming to comfort, as I just said to you, coming to dis. Now, forming antonyms using dis. You can also, so far and so forth, we have converted ordinary words into antonyms by adding prefix un. Now let us see how the ordinary words are being converted into antonyms with the prefix called dis, dis, dis. Let me read this one. Able. I'm able to speak to you. I'm able to do this work. Are you able to do this one? So I'm able to. I'm able. Able means able to, capable. Capable of doing anything is called able. Able. And how can you convert this able into antonym by adding prefix dis, dis. Able, disable. Able, disable. Advantage, disadvantage. Agree, disagree. Appear, disappear. Point, disappoint. Approve, disapprove. Ban, disband. Believe, disbelieve. Close, disclose. Comfort, discomfort. Count, discount. Figure, disfigure. Grace, disgrace. Honor, dishonor. Inherit, disinherit. Like, dislike. Missile, dismissal. Obey, disobey. Oblige, disoblige. Order, disorder. placement, displacement, please, displease, qualify, disqualify, regard, disregard, respect, disrespect, satisfy, dissatisfy, similar, dissimilar, tasteful, distasteful, stressful, distressful, use, disuse, continue, discontinue. You see how these words are converted into antonyms by adding prefix dis. That is the magic of antonyms. Why do you feel very happy? It's very easy to convert a word into antonym by adding on, by adding prefix un sometimes, by adding so prefix dis, sometimes you may add in also. Complete, incomplete, correct, incorrect. So by adding so prefix like un, prefix like dis, prefix like in, you can convert some of the English words into antonyms. That is the magic of this one. Next, let us do one exercise about these spellings. Fill in the blanks by using appropriate forms of each of the antonyms given below. Filling the blanks by using appropriate forms of each of the antonyms given below. Let us study which words are given in the table. In the box, I could say. Disappoint, disbelief, discontinue, disfigure, disobey, disregard. 6 words are given and 6 examples are given. So in the form of exercise. Let us see which antonym is going to be suited to which dash or blank. Suman reacted to her news with a surprise and disbelief. Suman reacted to her news with surprise and disbelief. Here, disbelief. Suman reacted to her news with surprise and disbelief. Coming to the second one. The soldier was suspended for disobeying his officer's command. The soldier was suspended for disobeying his officer's command. For disobeying his officer's command or for disobey his officer's command. The accident left him disfigured. The accident left him disfigured. I wouldn't dare to disregard my mother. I wouldn't dare to disregard my mother. From the next week, support for the outdated software will be discontinued. Her disappointment at losing the race was obvious. You see how these antonyms which are kept in the box are rightly, properly used in the dashes provided. Suman reacted to her news with surprise and disbelief. The soldier was suspended for disobeying his officer's command. The accident left him disfigured. I wouldn't dare to disregard my mother. From next week, support for the outdated software will be discontinued. Her disappointment at losing the race was obvious. In that way, the exercise is done on spellings, on antonyms. Let us come to the conclusion part. Dear friends, my dear young men and women, so how can you improve spellings? What are the best methods for improving spellings? I just give some hints for you. To the best of my knowledge, I try to imbibe certain points and hints to you to improve your spellings. A regular practice of reading and writing would enable command over spellings. How can one improve spellings? The regular practice of reading and writing would enable command over spelling. If you read regularly, if you write regularly, so you are getting exposed to different words of English. the better you read, the better you write, and so mistakes in spellings will be disappeared. Remember this one. Regular practice of reading, writing would enable you to develop command over spelling. You do this one. This is, I'm not saying any magic of Baba or some other Swamiji. You can do, any ordinary student, any ordinary person can find the result after 1 month. Excellent result that you find if you keep on practicing reading, regular reading and writing. That's all. Your spelling knowledge will be improved enormously, I could say this one. Referring the dictionary. So if you develop the habit of referring the dictionary daily, you take the dictionary and just to try to look up the words in the dictionary for the meaning. You try to develop the habit of referring the dictionary, and shortly you are going to improve your spelling knowledge. This is my second hint for you, my dear young men and women. Studying and using synonyms and antonyms. This is also another method for you. If you read and study and using synonyms and antonyms, improves your ability in spellings. Not only reading, not only practicing, but also studying. So the synonyms and antonyms, definitely that is going to improve your ability in spellings. This is very, three things that I have given to you. Special emphasis and antonyms improves knowledge of spellings. I already told you, read, practice and study and practice synonyms and antonyms. More emphasis is to be done on antonyms. If you focus better emphasis on antonyms, that improves your knowledge of spellings. Uses of prefixes and suffixes. Another hint. 4 hints that I have given for you. The better methods through which you can improve your spelling knowledge. The last one, uses of prefixes and suffixes would better your knowledge of spellings. If you keep on reading, if you keep on using the prefixes and suffixes, that will improve your knowledge of spellings. These are all 5 bullets for you. These are all 5 hints for you to develop your knowledge of spellings. Within a short time, you find that a lot of development is taken place in your spellings. With that one, with that ambition, with that knowledge, with that idea that have given certain hints to my young students or young men and women, that they can improve their knowledge of spellings very shortly. So speaking, writing, they are very important. At the same time, you ought to improve your spelling knowledge also. That adds extra feather to your knowledge of English language. Hope you have understood very well about the knowledge of spelling, and thank you for staying here. Thank you for understanding the need of improving knowledge of spelling, the need to improve your knowledge of spelling. So we'll discuss elaborately in the next video against spelling. So far, we have understood how antonyms are created with the help of prefixes like un, dis, and in. And we also know what is the importance of spellings in our English language. And I have given certain hints also to improve your knowledge of English. With that, I express my thanks to all of you for listening, and I hope that everyone improves, and I wish all the best for you. Thank you very much, my dear young men and women, for being with me, for listening to me.